and welcome to Spotlight on My Gungahlin Business. And I'm here today with Donna from Design Capital. Hi, Donna.
Hi.
And we also have the famous Tony.
Tony Stark.
That's the one. So Donna is the wonderful graphic designer that created the My Gungahlin branding for us many years ago that we've all come to love and adore, which we are very grateful for. What you did for us in creating that branding. And so tell us a bit about you and Design Capital.
Well, Mark, Design Capital has been around now for 8 years. We're coming up to 8 years, and I think that's pretty cool, actually, 8 years. So it all came about when I was pregnant with my daughter Ruby, who's just turned 8, obviously, I'd been a graphic designer for a lot longer. I've been a graphic designer for 20 years almost. Oh my God, showing my age now. And it was just the next logical step going out on my own. It was suited my family. So I have the business set up in my home studio at home. And it gives me the flexibility to be able to work for myself and around the kids, which is awesome. And obviously still being a super passionate graphic designer, there's no way I could not still be a graphic designer and a mum. So so that's why I set up the business, and the reason I set it up all the 8 years ago is still the same reason I've set it up now. It's just for flexibility and because I love doing it. And that it's one of those jobs that they say you never work a day in your life if you love your job, and that's got to be true for me for sure. And
a lot of your clients are small businesses. So what are the key messages, I suppose, there for small businesses and their branding?
I think when you asked me this before, I was thinking about it and why I think the branding side of things is so important, and especially for small businesses. I think that's one of the things that people think, I don't want to spend money on branding, and because it's not important. And that's almost like saying I don't want to spend money on getting my hair done because it's not important to the way I look. But having getting out there and actually looking good and feeling good in your physical self is the same as that's what you should be portraying in your business as well. Having that just being able to look amazing and as good as your business can possibly look. And I think that's where a lot of businesses go wrong, is they think it's not important, but that's the face of your business. And that can set your pricing almost as well with if you want to have a bit of a dodgy appearance with your branding, then you can't be expected to be charging a lot of money for your services or your product or whatever, because it doesn't match. So
I think that certainly for us, when we started My Gungahlin, I admit I created our logo in Word and Paint, and it showed. And I think for me that the realisation of how important branding was when you created the My Gungahlin brand, and it was just like that wow factor, and from there we then created our marketing material around that, banners and magnet stickers and things like that, and now it has become a recognisable brand within the Gungahlin region, and even I suppose throughout Canberra people recognise the My Gungahlin branding, and I now really do appreciate as a small business owner just how important getting that branding is right, and what you're saying is right, is a reflection of you or your business in a big way. So it's something you shouldn't skimp on for sure.
Absolutely not. No. And that's the difference, is that now that you can see that, and I could see that for you all along, and it didn't take the convincing, but I can see that for the majority of my clients, is I am always thinking 10 years ahead of where they are. I can see these small businesses that they may think they're small at the moment, they could be the next big thing. And do you want to have to redo your branding later on because you've bodged it in the beginning, and then have to rebrand it? And if if you have to rebrand it, you're possibly missing out on clients later on because they are being confused about your branding. Like you're better off to start strong and carry it through, because you never know where you're going to be in 10 years' time.
That's right. And you have dealt with quite a number of small businesses here in Gungahlin.
A lot of Gungahlin businesses.
That's good. That's it's really pleasing to see. A lot of those are our clients as well, and that's really pleasing to see that synergy and partnership going on within Gungahlin as well.
Absolutely, and I think most of my clients still come from referrals from other Gungahlin businesses, and they just keep coming.
That's good. So what's the best way, I suppose, if somebody to do a review of their branding or with you? Is there some options that they can talk to you?
Yeah, for sure. On my website, you could book in a time to have a chat with me if you want to talk about your branding. I'm always happy. It's probably my favourite subject in the whole world is talking about branding. It's probably kind of annoying to my friends, but that's definitely one thing that I don't shut up about. And I love doing it, so it's my favourite thing to do, and that's why I specialise in logo design and branding, because it is my most favourite thing to do.
Yep.
So for sure, email me. There's a contact page on my website as well, which is designcapital.com.au.
Okay, so if you've got setting up a new business or you've got an existing business, so you may need to have your branding touched up, get in touch with Donna and see where you go. And like I say, the My Gungahlin branding, we're really happy with it. So on that, do you want to talk a bit about the My Gungahlin brand and
how we got to that,
what it means and all that? Because it's quite cool, the story.
The My Gungahlin. Well, originally when we first did the logo, the idea behind it was the different colours, and the different colours were meant to represent the different suburbs within Gungahlin. And I think when we started it was 5 years ago. Is it 5?
So we've just celebrated 4 years. So
it's been a while, and I think then Moncrief wasn't around. There was a few other other suburbs that weren't actually around, but we did include them. I think in the original idea was that the different colours were representing the different suburbs, and obviously the speech bubble for the community and being able to have your say. And that's where the idea came about. It's very simple, very bright, and eye-catching, obviously.
Yeah, like I've got the
on the plasticine people.
Yes. Yeah. I've got the business cards that are cut out in the shape of the speech bubble as well, and that's always a hit when I'm handing those out. Like, it's such a talking piece, and I think it's one of those things that I really appreciate that attention to detail from you, because whilst that's an expensive option for a business card, the engagement you get from who you're handing it to creates that value straight away, because straight away they're like, oh wow, this is amazing, and then I can tell them that, say, well, the speech bubble represents the engagement, the communication we offer, and the different suburbs and things like that. And then it's also a good plug for Design Capital, going, hey, our graphic designer came up with this, so that's been good. But the colours, like, I think the colours are just good too, just really bright and cheerful, and just really helps with everything. So, but
being able to, speaking of that, being able to hand those out at networking events and stuff like that, and you're super proud to be able to give that logo out. And I see so many clients that say to me, I just cringed every time I had to give out my business card, and nobody wants to be like that. My last business cards were round, and they got more conversations about that. Like, wow, round business cards, I've never seen round business cards. And having a point of difference is really, really cool.
And I think that certainly for that reason, for the networking as well, for the business card, spending money on that rather than going online and getting it done through other places, I think it's well worth that investment for that networking and first introduction to other businesses, for sure. And that's what we appreciate from yourself, the attention to detail that you offer as as a high quality graphic designer. So it's been good.
Thanks, Mark.
So thank you, Donna.
No worries. It's definitely, My Gungahlin is still one of my favourite brands, for sure. I love seeing it. I get a bit excited every time I see it. I was like, oh, I did that. Oh, and look, and from for us, like when we're out and about in Gungahlin and we're seeing our platinum sponsors with the signs out,
that's always good for us to see. And we also have a lot of people comment that they see them around, so it's good. So thank you.
No worries.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
So check out Design Capital online, the website, as well as on Facebook and Instagram, and you'll see plenty of other examples of the branding that Donna has created. And like I say, a lot of them are local Gungahlin businesses, which is good to see. We certainly love to see that collaboration within the area. So thanks again.
No worries. Thanks, Mark. Okay. That's where you're going to have to edit that bit out.
It's got in the outtakes, isn't it?